Wait a minute, I got a theme song for you. Wait, before we go any farther, you've gone too long without a theme song. It's time. In a time of little joy, two guys from Illinois took fate in their own hands and sent a show out to the land. Art's not gonna got it here. Music plays for your good cheer. Think you're ready, then grab a beer. Come on and watch the Phil and John show. Phil and John show. They're showing up and there's nowhere to go. Well, Phil and John show. Phil and John show. They're playing so hot that it's melting the snow. Yeah, Phil and John show. Phil and John show. Don't know where this will go. Phil and John show. Phil and John show.
Hey folks, what's going on? It's Friday, February 9th. It's Friday. 5:45
It's Friday.
in the evening, PM even. And we've got a special show tonight, special Grammy what do we call it? Grammy review show, we'll call it. You know, it was an amazing Grammys. I'm not gonna lie, right off the bat. I watched
It was.
I didn't watch the actual show, but I watched the Grammys, and man, I tell you what, pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, John?
I'm doing really good, man. I'm gonna share this out a few places real quick here so I can get it in the world of sharing. You know, everybody share it if you care. There's put it in groups, put it in places where people might see it, and just everywhere. Just put it all over the place. Let's just share it in the whole wide world. I gotta share this on the Todd Snyder page. I told him I'd share it there. I'm supposed to share it on the John Griffin Art page. I'm gonna have to do that differently though. But it's okay. We're going to share it out because we got a special guest tonight, folks. We're going to interview our good friend, Kyle Tuttle. We call him our good friend. We just kind of met him tonight, but he seems like a pretty good guy, I'm going to have to say. From my experience with him, and I actually first saw him play back in like 2008, I think, probably about 2008 with the Jeff Austin Band when they played the whole Aeroplane album at John Hartford Memorial Festival. And what we're going to try and get him to do tonight is play a couple songs for us and talk to us and answer some questions. So if y'all got any questions for Kyle, you can start typing them in anytime you want. We might ask him those questions, we might not. But the idea is that we're happy to have you here, man.
I get the first 7 questions for Kyle, though.
You got the first 7 questions for Kyle. Easy. Yeah. Jeff Blackman, first in the room. Great to see you, Jeff.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Well, real good to see you, buddy. I'm share this to a page real quick here. Ba-doom, ba-ding, ba-dong, ba-doom. I'll be right back, folks. Keep walking and watching and see what's going on. And
I'm in Wisconsin at a music festival right now, sitting in my hotel room, doing the show. What a festival.
Okay. Still out to Kyle so he can share it out too. This is going to be pretty exciting. It's a pretty exciting night. We're excited to see our friend. Very nice guy, amazing banjo player. And I talked for a long time about banjo singer-songwriters, that you don't see banjo singer-songwriters every day, so we should cherish them, and that's pretty important, I think. It's pretty special as far as people that are writing songs with a banjo. John Hartford, we could talk about Earl Scruggs, we could talk about Ben Wright, people who write songs on the banjo, Colin O'Brien. Most of those people have been on our show. You know, John Hartford wasn't on our show, unfortunately, but and neither was Earl Scruggs. But, you know, if he wanted to be, we'd sure have him if he'd come back from the dead and be like, woo, banjo. Anyway, so Phil, where are you at today? Where are you at this weekend? You're at the
I am an ice dance at Appleton, Wisconsin. Second night, Feed the Dog Festival, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, put near Sandstone. Arkansas is playing right now. Chicken Wire Empire. Just a beautiful, fantastic, and keep going on and on. There's
Arkansas is playing right now. Thank you for sacrificing your Arkansas set. Are they playing again this weekend or?
No.
Oh, they're a good band. Here's up to Arkansas. We love you guys. Hope you're out there having a good time tonight.
Yeah. And Miles Over Mountains played earlier.
I'm sure Boogie's playing tonight. Augie's up there. Yeah.
And they play at 1:45.
Omar, are you there? Omar's checking in.
Who?
Omar.
Hey, Omar.
Ooh. Tiny Bubbles. You know our friend. That's his new nickname. Says I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna do the show. So yeah, I mean, wow, what a week. I watched the Grammys. I watched some of the performances from the Grammys. First I watched Joni Mitchell. That was amazing. She's amazing. She's fantastic. You can't go wrong with Joni Mitchell. Clouds, what a beautiful song. And then I watched Tracy Chapman. and Luke Combs play fast car. Man, fantastic. And then the third one I watched was actually Annie Lennox doing Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You, or Prince, Nothing Compares to You, whoever wrote it. But man, I tell you what, that was fantastic. Oh, Armchair was last night, Omar says.
No, they weren't. I'm here. They didn't
That's
play.
what Omar says. They're gonna play. Okay.
Omar, you're a pigeon playing ping pongs. No, Armchair hasn't played yet, buddy. I don't even know. Horseshoes, I think it's tomorrow. I have no clue. It's tonight. Horseshoes.
Speaking to the microphone, sir.
I can barely speak. No,
Testing,
what a
1, 2,
great
testing.
festival. And Appleton was not as far as I thought from us, but it's great to see a lot of people I've been seeing in a while, great music. And it's funny, a lot of the people that are here run great festivals in Wisconsin, which I think is a great thing. Tim from Driftless Gardens, his festivals, the people from Blue Ox, Feed a Dog run this one, Weiss Jennings Festival, they're here, Moon Dance, Dickafar, and great people and great music and great festivals, and they're all here, and it's just like family. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
Was it a nice day today up there?
Yes, it was windy. They got hot tubs in the courtyard, and just all sorts. It's just great music. I was coming up here, me and Laura, not to vend, and just coming here to see great music. And
Tim Fisher, put your pants back on. He's talking about the 3Gs.
And a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. I love the Wisconsin people up here. Feed a Dog do a great thing. Feed a Dog is playing. They're called Feed a Talking Dog, and they're gonna play Talking Heads. And I've never.
That was so good. We saw that.
I saw it.
At Blue Ox late night. Last set at Blue Ox last year. It was the last one. I remember waiting for it. We were all there. You were there. But it was like the third or fourth. It was like our fifth night there, sixth night there, maybe. So we were kind of tired. You know.
Yeah, bringing the
I got nervous. I got nervous sweat tonight. Whew.
I did too when Kyle played it in our sound
sounded
check.
so good on sound check. So we're just gonna see what game here in a few
banjo.
minutes, you guys. About 6
Yeah, and
o'clock.
I told some people who played Pete Smith from Miles Over Mountain, they're like, oh yeah.
Mhm. Anyway, we
Like,
reached
show
out
up
to
in the
Kyle.
room.
We reached out to Kyle a few times recently and over the past. He wrote us a great song about paintbrush strokes and bluegrass, and it all fits together really nicely. And I reached out to him to see if he'd play that someday for me. And then all things came down to this and that. And somebody called somebody and said, do this and do that. And he's going to be on the show tonight. Now, why do we talk about the Grammys? I mean, I know it was last week and his music and stuff, but
It's crazy.
he won a Grammy. He is part of a band that won a Grammy. He plays in the band Molly Tuttle and Golden Highway, if you've heard of them. And it wasn't just that he won a Grammy, because that's fantastic. But did you see who was on that list? Did you see who was on the list? Willie Nelson, Billy Strings, Michael Cleveland, and Sam Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And Molly Tuttle pulled it, and she took that award. And I mean,
It's a funny thing. I know them all and met them all too. Except
if you have seen that her play and that band play, the Golden Highway Band.
Oh yeah, Blue Ox. I was
absolutely fantastic.
I mean,
I don't think we saw Golden Highway at Blue Ox. We saw some of the members. It was just Molly Tuttle then, I think. But maybe you saw another
Molly at Hartford when she was a kid.
You watch her play, and then you watch a Billy Strings play, and there's a great video where they play together. And
Billy before he had tattoos, yeah.
And I tell you what, man, she is a picker, and there is nothing to be said about that. Now, and that's not why we have Kyle here. Kyle has been in part of many projects. The Jeff Austin band, the Kyle Tuttle band, Kyle Tuttle and Rainbow Girls, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I didn't get to see that. People said it was great.
You didn't see that? With the couches and the girls? We watched that together, I thought.
We're vending. We can't see every show.
I want to tell you something. You were at that show with me, I think.
No.
Do you remember when we cried?
When the vending booth, you left.
You remember when Molly Tuttle played that song about farmers and we cried?
Oh yeah, I was with my nephew and I teared. They didn't win a Grammy just to. They have a hook and they'll make it tear. And there's something
special about it. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah. So that's coming up in a few minutes, folks. Right around 6 o'clock, we'll bring him in the room. We'll start talking to him. If you have any questions or things you want to ask him, we can put them in the comments. We'll maybe ask the questions, maybe we won't. But
yeah, I can't wait to give Kyle a hug at Blue Ox and.
It's time for a phone call from my mom.
Who?
Well, maybe I shouldn't answer online because I don't know why she's calling me. My mom's calling.
I mean, it was pretty funny when I met Molly Tuttle.
Hey, you're live on the internet. Don't say anything too embarrassing or sad. But what's going on? Yeah, I'm here, Mom. You hear me? She hung up on me.
Yeah, it's the Tuttle. I don't think they're related. We'll ask Kyle. A lot of people ask
That
him.
was the segment of the show called "Talking to John's Mom on the Phone" when she hangs up. John's mom hanging up on him on the telephone. This is okay. Tonight's show is sponsored by Alley Crawl's Lipstick, which is what this is obviously made out of, I think. And Bush Light, not necessarily. But we don't actually have sponsors. If we would call out sponsors, we would call out a guy named Tom Harmon, 412 on archive.org. If you want to listen to some live music and you want to go to some shows that you went to, Tom probably recorded it. He's not there this weekend though. But Tom Harmon, 412 on archive.org, or if you're going to YouTube, go get My Tall Tripod at youtube.com and check that out.
Or Kurt Robinson's got a lot of good ones too.
Curtis K's got great recordings out there too. My friend, there's a lot of people out there recordings. Those are our close personal friends that we want to support and help out, and make sure people go to My Tall Tripod and follow them and subscribe and ring the bell, all that shit. If you see this on YouTube, hell, subscribe to that too. Why not? Why don't you? I know I never said that before, because this is Facebook and you're already subscribed to me, or you wouldn't be seeing it. but anyway. This is the Phil and John Zone. If you're unfamiliar with the Phil and John Zone, let me tell you what it is. You ready for me to tell you what it is? I'll tell you what it is, all right? Written by a good friend of ours. Phil and John Zone is a place for travel, for music, news, talk, humor, knowledge, ABCs, odds and ends from remote cubby holes of the mind. And whatever topic floats to the top. Our tour guides for the trip through the zone are Phil Strodes and John Griffin, two abundantly talented artists. They are originals. Phil paints vinyl records and works with wood. Phil also loves his garden, flowers, plants, and his birds. John paints and draws on almost anything. John also picks guitars and writes, so he is a painter, picker, and a wordsmith. Now back to the Zone. You can discover the Zone live on Facebook, blah, 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 Zonetronics, and you can check it out. And that's written by
Nick the Knife. Nick the Knife.
Nick Viano wrote that for us, you guys. And
you
heard our, yeah, look, there's the sticker. But, if you send us $10, we'll send you some stickers, and we'll talk about that later. But, because we're not in this for the money. We're in this for the funny, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, I'm just.
I really appreciate very important, Indie Dark Star and Internet Archive. I couldn't forget Indie Dark Star. That's Bob Hagerman. He's got tons of great music out there. There's so much live music you can't listen to it all in your lifetime. That's what's being recorded out there every day. So make sure you check in on that. Missy just tagged Nick Viano on the post over there. Hey Missy, hey Netta, what's going on?
Shane and the guys come up.
Well, go off camera if you're gonna do something stupid, all right? That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
Put your shirt back on.
Yeah. I'm in the room by myself now, but a couple banjo players want to come and say hello or just sit there and watch a show in the hotel room.
Today was absolutely beautiful here where I'm at.
What?
Weather-wise, that weather report, it was awesome.
In middle Appleton, Wisconsin, it was windy, but it was warm. People are in the hot tubs. They got hot tubs out in the courtyard and ice sculpting. And tomorrow is women's arm wrestling, and it's just the music and it's just fantastic.
These are for Omar and Don out there. Bubbles are my therapy. Bubbles are my antidepressant. If you're sad, get you some bubbles and blow some bubbles. That's our other sponsor for the night, Bubbles. But anyway, did you see those? Were they cool on the thing? I didn't look at the screen. Woo! I'm in a good mood tonight. I don't know what's going on. I have not been in a good mood all week, and this is awesome to see you. To know we have a guest that has a microphone. Tonight's
I know you. Yeah, I missed it too. It's our thing. I wish you were here, and I can't.
We haven't been as regular lately. We apologize for that. We haven't done a Friday night.
That's me. That's me.
There's lots of reasons for it.
Yeah. No excuses that I know. Just the music. Feed the Dog played with the original singer at 12 o'clock today, and.
What? Oh, you know what's funny about beer cans? Is you have to open them to drink the beer.
Oh boy. I'm in Wisconsin where you can't it's not legal.
What, to drink? Oh, no, it's not legal in Wisconsin, is it? No, it's not legal in Wisconsin. It's legal here. Sorry, Phil. I went to the
I can't say
too expensive.
No, we're
1 minute, folks. 1 minute. We're warming up. This is our this is actually Kyle Tuttle warming up in the background. I want to fire a shogi real quick. Get ready for the shogi. And like I said, if you have questions for Phil or Kyle or me, just put them in the comment section, and we'll try to integrate them into the show. If nothing else, we'll talk about them later after we log off. You log off. Everybody logs off. I think everybody logs off. It's okay. We log off. Don't be ashamed of logging off. Everybody logs off from time to time. But we're gonna bring in our friend Kyle Tuttle now. Let's get him in the room. We'll slowly let this bubble up here and then let this happen. He has no choice but to come in. I let him in the room, so it'll start to appear in a
He has
second.
no choice.
He has a choice.
Yes, he does.
And none of this show is it's being recorded for any kind of posterity purposes. We're just doing this for ourselves. You guys do it to enjoy it. We're really glad you're here. Let me turn this down a little bit here. One of my favorite memories of Kyle Tuttle. Oh, he's here. Never mind. I won't talk about him right now. Anyway, welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome to the show, my friend. I was playing in the background. That's the Hartford set at Jeff at the airplane set at the Hartford stage that you played.
Oh, cool.
Whenever I go back to that video a lot, and I really enjoy it, and not just Jeff, but you're playing as well, and what that meant to us that night to be part of that. You know, I'm the Hartford artist as far as I did all the artwork for the Hartford Festival.
Right.
So,
Cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was special, man. That was we did it a couple of times, but that was the first time, which was
that night on stage was the first like real time of playing it, like in front of people like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's got some moments in it where you can tell you're working on it, you know, in a sense, but like it's such a beautiful thing. Anyway, folks, this is our guest Kyle Tuttle. If you're not familiar with him, he's in all kinds of musical projects, from the Kyle Tuttle Band to Molly Tuttle and Golden Highway to he was played with Jeff Austin Band. Probably a lot of other things I don't even know, to be honest. The Rainbow Girls. Rainbow Girls, honestly. One of my favorite sets has always been the Rainbow Girls set at Blue Ox.
That was fun, man.
I heard, and this is a kind of a starter question here. That was like a one-off thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the first two. We're talking about a lot of first time. I got this cat here that's just going nuts at my feet. I don't know if
we like animals. It's okay.
It's very funny.
On the show. So Kyle, welcome to the show, bud. Welcome to the Phil and John.
Yeah, no, that was the first time. The Rainbow Girls thing was a one time idea from my agent or their agent, our agent. I'm not sure, but we met each other. I guess actually we met at Americana Fest in the parking lot at the Madison House event, and one thing led to another, and then we did that set.
Oh, they had a couch on the stage. It was absolutely beautiful. It was a wonderful thing. I painted
moved all the living room furniture out there. It was just like I
painted you that day. That was a great day, man. So thank you for that, Kyle. Got a new album coming out. Labor of Lust is the name of the album. Is it released yet, or is it releasing this week?
It comes out on the 16th, so kind of like next
week,
Friday. Oh, a week from today, actually. It's a week from today.
Excellent. There's a couple teasers out there. Hard to Say is one of the first tracks I saw off of it. Wonderful song, touching, really. I listened to it multiple times. Really enjoy what you're doing, Kyle. So thank you for that off the bat, But so that's coming out next week. Make sure you grab a hold of that if you can. And I think there's like a tour coming up. You're going on the road. You got all kinds of plans.
Yeah, I got like 8 shows. I think I'm doing 8 shows starting next week. Doing Charleston, South Carolina on the what is it going to be, on Thursday, I guess, and then Asheville Friday, Nashville Saturday, Atlanta Sunday. Then the following weekend is Lexington, St. Louis, Kansas City, Ames, Iowa.
St. Louis, the old Rock House.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you calling it Kyle Tuttle or Kyle Tuttle Band, or?
It's billed as Kyle Tuttle Band. Just to be sure to let people know that it's not.
You're not just playing alone. It's not just you playing alone. Now, because I think the album's coming out as Kyle Tuttle. It's already coming out as Kyle Tuttle Band. Anyway, people can find it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the album's just under my name, I guess. It's
crazy weird. Anarchy symbol on it. There's crazy punk rock, him and banjo guy.
Get it right. Is it the band or Kyle Tuttle or Kyle?
Now, see, I work on posters and Phil paints records, and so it's really technical.
Right.
It's Kyle. It's Kyle Tuttle of the Kyle Tuttle Band featuring Kyle Tuttle. Let's go with
wonderful.
that.
Too many letters.
Serious Danny Barnes banjo loops all night. Just blowing out the walls. Another singer-songwriter banjo player is Danny Barnes. We can't forget about him.
Big fan. I'm a huge fan of Danny's.
I was throwing out this to Kyle earlier as I brought him on the show. We talk a little bit about songs. We have a lot of singer-songwriters on the show, but 99% of them play guitar and writing songs. Do you write songs with the banjo?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what you're into an interesting category. Now, do you know any left-handed banjo players? That's a tough one.
Oh man, I feel like I've got to.
There's gotta be a couple out there. I mean, it has to exist.
Yeah, but I feel like I've got to. And if I know you and you're a left-handed banjo player, and I'm not saying your
No,
name right
no, there's no
now,
pressure like
I'm
that. No,
spacing out. Someone
it's
text me if you're a lefty-handed banjo player,
It's
so
different
that
things we think about when we think about banjo. That we don't go right to the banjo jokes. We try to avoid banjo jokes right off the bat. Later on in the show, we'll have a couple
later.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get
But
there.
the idea that just banjo, it's important. I'm a big John Hartford fan. I come up with that John Hartford Festival, and I got my PhD in Johnny over there, and
Yeah,
he was one that would pick a banjo up and write a song with it, and with his
yeah,
feet on the banjo.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. So a lot of people like to like use a guitar or a piano or something to write because it voices the chord a little more fully than a banjo can. But I don't really. I can play those things enough that I could write a song on them if I wanted to, but I don't play them often enough to end up writing a song on them. I guess I should say.
Was banjo your original instrument?
No, I played guitar first when I was a little. When I started playing guitar when I was 5 years old, and
That's a true curiosity if somebody starts on the banjo.
yeah, I know, right? You got to look out for them. No, I got a banjo when I was 17. My grandparents gave me a banjo for my birthday, one that had been in the family when I was 17, and that was 20 years ago. So I've been playing the banjo for 20 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, I first saw you there with the Jeff Austin band when you guys were playing together doing that stuff. You got to pick with us at the old Hartford Fest and out Bill Monroe's Bean Blossom and stuff, and that's always an enjoyable thing to have experience. I think that we may have crossed paths then, but we never probably met at that point. But
Yeah.
Where you from, Kyle? Are you
I'm from Cumming, Georgia, North Georgia.
okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Where are you from, Phil?
right now I'm in Wisconsin, but Illinois, Aurora.
Right. Anyway.
Arkansas is playing downstairs.
Chiming in from the festival, man. I love that. That's cool.
He's taking an hour off the festival to come hang out with us.
It's we got Kyle Tuttle on.
So somebody asked
really
asking a question about the Castle Theater in Bloomington, Normal. We need to get you there. Have you ever played that room, the Castle Theater in Bloomington, Normal, Illinois? I think you'd remember. It's a pretty cool room.
I don't think so, man. I don't believe I have.
I don't think I'd seen you.
Is that where is? Oh no, that's not where you're up in Wisconsin.
I'm close. He lives actually. Phil's from Aurora, Illinois, by Chicago, and I'm from Central Illinois, Decatur, Illinois, a little small factory town in the middle of Decatur, farm country.
But where in Wisconsin are you right now?
Appleton.
Okay, gotcha.
I Stance Music.
And all the guys from Blue Ox are here, and all the festivals. And I told them it's posted, and they all say hello. And
cool. Love that.
Yeah,
well, tell them all, you have to give them all
at Blue Ox, and we even brought up Golden Highway. You're in a band.
So the question, we'll transition towards that just for a second. You and Molly not related, right? You two Tuttles are not necessarily related as far as you know, correct?
Not necessarily as far as we know.
Because I was a girl in my high school named Griffin, and we didn't decide not to date in high school. And later on, I found out we were like first cousins. So I'm glad we didn't. But
it's a good thing you didn't.
But what got you started with Molly? Like, what brought you into that circle of those guys?
Man, I don't know. We all met. Everybody in Golden Highway has known each other for about at least 10 years, a little more than 10 years, I guess, at this point. And even though it's a brand new band, the band is only 2 years old, but we've all been, we all met in Boston around in like 2010, I guess.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay.
So,
the band idea kind of bubbles up over time, doesn't it? Like it becomes like just you guys are friends, and then somewhere down the line you had a gig.
Yeah, well, somewhere down the line, Molly decided that she wanted to put together a bluegrass band. Another new bluegrass band. So when she did that, she called us, and now here we are.
That's perfect. That's cool.
You realize you won a Grammy?
It's still sinking in.
Is that interesting? That's got to be an interesting.
It's still sinking in. It's pretty wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blown away. I'm honored. I'm flattered. I'm humbled.
It is humbling.
Well deserved. I
And
mean, I've
the
seen Golden Highway. I mean, well
the
deserved.
list of musicians you're up against is pretty fantastic. That's kind of all the amazings in the world right now,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Um,
it was a hot category for sure, man.
Sam Bush album is really good. The Hartford album is really, really good.
Yep.
And we all
Yep.
know that Willie is Willie. I mean, that's Willie. What?
Yeah,
Really? Is
Willie
that
is
true? Is
Willie.
Willie Nelson? It was the actual Willie Nelson on that list. It
I know.
touched me,
And
Kyle. It was
you
really,
know,
really cool.
and Billy and his dad, of course. I mean, that's totally awesome. That's an
Yeah.
awesome project. Mighty Poplar, Michael Cleveland, you know, I mean, these are my heroes and friends.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
You know, all of them. I mean, hell, we were on tour with Willie last year. Molly's Golden Highway, Molly and Golden Highway was on tour with Willie, and we sang on stage with him. You know, in the encore of the show for 3 nights in a row. So technically everybody in the category is my buddy, including Willie Nelson.
That's right. That's right. That's the great thing about the bluegrass
Yeah.
theme. We all are connected some way or another, and we all come from somewhere playing and picking. And Billy came up through Hartford too. He was playing at Hartford and 3 o'clock in the afternoon one year, and half the
Yeah.
crowd didn't even go see him.
Yeah,
Yep.
And
before he had a tattoo.
he probably didn't have too many tattoos then.
I,
He came back the next year and he blew it out.
that kind of puts Hartford, John, Sam having that record sort of puts Hartford in the category too, you know.
It does. It really
because
does.
it's a bunch of his songs that were
No,
nominated for the
I
thing.
hadn't
So
really thought about that yet, Kyle. And that's what the whole point of the Hartford Festival was to get John's name known and understood.
yeah,
Because John Hartford, if you don't know him and you're watching this video, you ain't been paying attention. Amazing, but never really got any kind of notoriety until, you know, that festival was it was by his good friend that said we're going to have this party so that we can make sure people
Yeah.
know who John Hartford was.
totally.
So I
Yeah,
really
you
put that
know,
together.
and he's well. I mean, the "Gentle on My Mind" thing, I guess, is what gave him is what set him up by writing that song. You know, especially back when you could really clean up by having the publishing on a popular piece of music. I think that allowed John the financial stability to then go and make all those crazy weirdo jamgrass records that really started a big part of what we all are here doing, you know.
He was
So
releasing those Jamgrass albums in like the grunge era.
yeah,
In the 80s. And when everybody
Totally.
else was riding other waves, he was just like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do this.
right.
And
He's
maybe that's
making
why
music
people
for
don't know
himself.
exactly who he is. But anyway, that's Hartford Fest was always important to me. I was there every year. I was always part of it, and lucky to be part of that throughout the years. And anyway, Phil?
Nothing. I met Molly at Hartford. Betty Hartford, talked to
Okay.
Betty about John, you know, he passed away. And he goes, I want to introduce you to this young lady. She's going to be famous one day. And there's little Molly Tuttle. And
Yeah.
yeah,
got a lot of
remember at
musicians
Blue
coming up
Ox, do you still have them? Or I don't know. I gave Molly one. You had a Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sure that I've got it, man. I know that I had
don't
it,
have
so
to show it.
I'm sure that I've got it. I should have
No, you don't have to show it.
it.
Yeah, but whatever. But that was
Um,
pretty cool. And I can't find the picture, but I thought that was pretty cool. And
Blue Ox liked that image too. They used that to promote quite a bit. It was pretty cool.
I just saw it the other day. They just posted it. They just tagged us.
That's what he said,
for-
Phil. He said we couldn't find it. He said they posted it the other day, but we couldn't find it.
And I'm blessed and happy to. I didn't give you a hug yet, Kyle. I gave Molly a hug a long time ago. I'll give you a hug at Blue Ox, if not before that, buddy.
Looking forward to it.
You're on the Blue Ox list this year in June. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. You know, I've ended up playing there so many times over the years. Sort of with like I went there for the first time with Jeff. And with the Jeff Austin band, and that must have been maybe 2017, and then I was back with him in 2018, and then I was there in 2021 with the Little Smokies.
Sure, yeah. You always play with Little
Or was
Smokies?
it 22? No, I was with 22. I was with Molly. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to remember. Anyway, I was there with the Little Smokies, and that's the year that there was that other opening, and I got to play with the Kyle Tuttle band too. Phil, that's the year you painted me.
Yep.
And or you painted my
Yeah,
record.
it's always half done. You'll get it
Yeah,
at Blue Ox.
yeah. And then yeah, then I was back with the Rainbow Girls last year, so that was super special, man. That was so fun.
I know you
It
got a
feels
lot of
and
memories.
I also got to go to the Pines Park and open for Dark Star one time with my band, with my trio too. So that's another
Nice.
cool
Yeah.
ass memory of that place, you know.
You
And
know,
the
there's
Pert
so
guys,
much-
the Pert dudes are so cool, and they're so
Yeah.
fun. Uh,
Yeah.
they really create a nice. They got their kids running around backstage, and it's a
Well, the
very
way they put
fun.
that on with all the friends and people that are actually doing it, I mean, that's what makes that thing so amazing because it really
Yeah,
is like a group of people that love each other, and that's why
totally.
it comes out the way it does, you know.
Yeah, and the hang
We're-
is great. The hang is always great, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm and so now I guess I'm fortunate enough to get to go back this year with Golden Highway. So that's going to be awesome.
yeah, that is
Looking
oh,
cool.
forward
Golden
to
Highway, you're in that band too. Oh, they won a Grammy.
it.
Knucklehead, like he said.
You played with a lot of famous in the yeah, I'm just warming up. In the last year, what starstruck you who you played with on stage? Anybody in the last year? I'm sure not a long time, but anybody you went, wow. Or in the last couple of years, like I got
Man, um, yeah, you know, the last 2 years with Golden Highway, the last two summers have just been crazy. We have been just this last year, we were on stage with Willie Nelson, and with Dave Matthews and Dirks Bentley, and uh, you know, those ones are kind of those are pretty big. You know, I mean, there was a two. I guess it was last summer we had a we it was at the Earl Scruggs Festival in that they have over there in North Carolina. We Golden Highway was there, and a bunch of us sat in. I guess the whole band probably sat in um, with yeah, because Shelby did too. We all sat in with Bela Fleck and his Bluegrass Heart show, you know.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
like one specific tune that we all went out there. I think we did one of those newer ones, and then we played Whitewater or something like that. Maybe I just played on Whitewater. I can't remember.
We saw them
Um,
last year at the Ox. Yeah, wow.
and so that's, you know, Bela's my hero and my guru and such. And so that's he's big, but I mean, shit, man, Willie Nelson and Dave.
Yeah,
Big
I saw the pictures of Dave watching you guys and his look. I mean, he was there. It was like, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, he's like,
Dave likes us, I think, man. We had a
I'm
good
a, big,
hang.
I'm a Grateful Dead fan of whatever, but I'm a big Dave Matthews fan, and some people don't shy, but Dave,
Well,
yeah,
we have some people have a thing with Dave. I can't explain. I won't
Oh,
go there.
totally, man. He
Um,
plays the Gorge, dude. Dave plays 3 nights at the Gorge. There's 27,000 people
so
there for
established.
3 nights. Like that's a
I,
that's
I
a very Grateful Dead style thing to do. You
And
know,
I've seen
the people that
I've
love
seen
Dave
Farm
love
Aid for
Dave.
four
And
times. That's Willie Nelson and Dave, and yeah,
yeah.
beautiful.
It's
the people that
no,
love Dave really love him. And they do make sure to be at his shows, you know, and that's I've seen that since the beginning. I've seen him a couple times. It's a good show. I would go back, you know, it's worthy. Um,
But
yeah.
but
there's a picture when he was on watching you guys play, and he was just like,
Dave came out like as a firework at the beginning, and he was the Dave Matthews Band, all this stuff. But then he gathered all the people that loved him, and he just carried, and that's what he carries where he goes. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
Dave Matthews is in Pearl Jam or bands like that like somehow gained these big giant crowds that just are dedicated, and there always will be. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
deadhead, so I can't really talk, you know, but
Yeah, no, totally. I agree, man. I recognize that, and seeing him too. You know, it was just like I wouldn't put myself in the category of people that like had all his records and follow him around or anything like that. But seeing that show, I grew up at the right time that like I know every one of the songs. You know,
yeah,
like watching that show was just like, oh yeah, and this one, oh, and the next one, oh, and the next one too. Yeah, I remember these. You know, it's like it was cool, and Bronwyn and Molly sat in with him too. They didn't need a banjo, I guess. Whatever, Dave.
dang it, yeah,
Uh, maybe
got
next
a lot of
time.
people on the
No,
stage.
he's got, you know, Bela sits in with him all the time, so he's got the best of the best, man. He don't need me. But it was awesome watching Bronwyn and Molly sit in with him on that for that many people, and I was in the back. I went to the very top,
Like
at the very
top.
back, the nosebleed of the gorge, which is like the sickest view of all. to watch that sit-in part.
You got
It
that
was so
magic
freaking
show
cool.
happening, and then the behind of the whole show is grand
Oh
as
my
you
God.
ever imagined a venue could be. I mean, that is
I've never been there. One of your
Red
favorite
Rocks is amazing, but
sports?
the Gorges, there's something special that happens even bigger than Red Rocks. It's huge, I love it.
Yeah, it's like two Red Rockses
Really?
Yeah.
do it next to each other size
Would you
wise.
say like about 9,000 people a night or something like that? Those Dave Matthews shows. That was a bit. You did math earlier. I was impressed that you did math.
No, it's like 20. That place is like 20 something.
Really?
When it's full. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
that's incredible.
21. Maybe it's. No, I'm like almost sure that it's 20. Somebody can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that it's like 25 or something, 23 or something, a night. And that's so. Granted, some of those people. That doesn't mean there's 90,000 people there
Well,
because
sure.
because a lot of them go 3 nights, but that means there's 20,000, or it might even mean there's 35 or something. I mean, over the course, or 40 over the course of the weekend. I mean, holy shit, that's awesome.
First, when I go see a show, it's about the band, but really close second is the venue. Gotta have a good venue.
Yeah. And a
I can pick
destination
and
one
choose
like
and see a
that.
lot of shows. The venue's not right. It's about the venue.
Yeah. I hear that.
Well, you want to play us a little music, Kyle, or talk a little more about? I mean, this is a good conversation's going, and we won't stop this here.
Well, I got some more questions for Kyle.
Yeah, we'll talk a little
Grammy?
more. If you want to play a little something or give us a sample or something like that, it's up to you. Like I said, nothing is going to be used for anything other than what it's used for right now.
Sure.
In front
I
of
have a
you.
sports segment too coming up. Super Bowl's coming up.
He gets 1 minute to talk about sports.
Does Phil get the green screen and point at the weather?
We should do that.
I'm in a hotel room.
If I could get him to figure out the green screen button, Kyle, we'd be way ahead of this by now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, this is our good friend Kyle Tuttle is his last name. Did I say that that way? Sorry, Kyle Tuttle's here with us tonight, you guys, from a whole bunch of different stuff that we really love, and he's gonna maybe put together a little bit of tunage for us for a couple seconds here, and sorry, I got a little starstruck, as they say, Kyle. Good to see you here, man. I'll mute you, Phil, for a minute, buddy. Okay.
I got a banjo over here. Oops. Yeah, man. Most important and fun and exciting part of the show.
Sometimes it's half a bluegrass set.
You hear that, all right? Cool. Yeah, man. I'll play you that one that we were just talking about. It's called "Not Quite Spring." It's about getting painted in. Since this is such a painter heavy hang we got going here. This tune is about getting yourself, the character, proverbial we, painted into the song, proverbial I, painted into a song, into a Bob Ross painting. I was watching the TV and I was watching a lot of Bob Ross, and all of a sudden it just hit me like, but what if I was like stuck in this thing, and the one that he was painting at that time was dark and it was a snowy mountain. A lot of his pictures are nice and warm. They look like warm, fun scenes, comfortable places to be, but not this one. This one was pretty intense and harsh looking. So this is the tune that came out of it. It's colder on this mountain than I ever thought it'd be. Won't you paint my darling right here next to me? Well, it's lonely on this mountain and I want to go back home. I never found what I came for. Now I'm skin and bones. I'm all skin and bones, darling, nothing left to see. If you don't believe me, count the days I'm gone. Here and there and there and here, there's happy little trees, but I'm lost out in the brushstrokes all alone. Oh, Bobby, won't you paint me an airplane? Oh, Bobby, won't you paint me a fast train? Oh, Bobby, can you paint me a banjo tune? Bobby, can you paint me off of this mountain back into my living room? You began to paint this mountain, and I thought there'd be a town, and it'd probably have a grocery store painted Van Dyke brown. Well, you painted yellow ochre, and you painted phthalo blue, but you never thought to paint me a blanket and some food. Now I'm all skin and bones, darling, nothing left to see. If you don't believe me, count the days I'm gone. Here and there and here, there's happy little trees, but I'm lost out in the brushstrokes all alone. Oh, Bobby, won't you paint me an aeroplane? Oh, Bobby, won't you paint me a fast train? Oh, Bobby, can you paint me a banjo tune? Oh, Bobby, can you take me off of this mountain back into my living room? Oh,
That's beautiful, Kyle.
that's you might have yellow ochre back there on the board.
Well, we could
man.
call it. It's definitely some ochre. That's for sure, man.
Yeah,
Um,
cool. I don't even know what that word means. Is that a ochre? Is like
Kind
a
of a brownish color, I think. I think it was a brownish,
Okay.
like a brownish yellow, being like
okay?
he was really restrictive on. He always had like 7 tubes of paint with him, and he couldn't
Yeah.
make anything with those 7 tubes of paint.
I know. Well,
It was
yellow
like-
ochre was yellow ochre and phthalo blue are two of the ones that I feel like I heard all the time. So
He said it was like a darker canvas, or like a darker painting. Was it like a black canvas when he started? Have you seen those?
I have seen those. I don't
Yeah.
think it was one of those.
But it's really neat to see that. Anyway, I've tried that anyway.
That's like the negative.
Lot
That's
of
like the
fun.
negative episode. The negative. Yeah.
Add the light instead of taking it away or what have you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it sounds really good. It really it's ringing true. That's a great song. Yeah, I
Killer
love it.
song.
Didn't mean to get distracted, but I had to paint a little bit.
No, I love that. That
You
was
start talking
that's
about
cool.
trees and all the stuff Bob did, like because people will kind of get Bob, he had a funny haircut and stuff, and he talked a little silly, and he said silly stuff, and he was soft and everything, people kind of give him that. He has that, but he painted some beautiful, beautiful things, and he could do it in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it-
Yeah.
It's I watch him sometimes to go to bed. I'll put it on for like a go to sleep show. You're gonna go to bed, so put on Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Mellow you out. But if as a painter, you have to be careful because sometimes you'll be like, oh, I gotta try that.
Yeah.
And
Totally. You
jump
get
in right
caught
in the
up.
other room
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
paint pink sky or something. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
That's
What's your favorite color, Kyle?
What's my favorite color?
Yes.
Probably green at this point. I like a neon. I really like a
Got you. It's
That-
gonna
Now,
it's gonna be parakeet green for the Kyle Tuttle band.
parakeet green. Yeah, man, I'll take it.
When you play, it sounds so clean. It's just I was over and yeah.
he has a very good microphone, and that says a lot about.
No, it's not about the microphones.
I mean, not just this, that's helping is all I'm saying. That's not the style.
Yeah, how's that microphone sound now?
That's not the banjo. I'm not licking the banjo there at all.
I'm just kidding.
The idea that it does sound really good tonight. Thank you and stuff.
Well,
Yeah, I got here yesterday at Ice Dance, and I got a couple hours of sleep because they're late night sets. Bands don't start till 2:00, and I told everybody from about Kyle coming on, and everybody had great memories of you playing with the Rainbow Girls were brought up, Bob Blue Ox and Kyle Tuttle, and
We usually have a section called 5 Records on our show where we share records, but since Phil's traveling tonight, we're not sharing records tonight. We pick out 5 records from our record collection.
pick out an album.
Mostly album, like LP album cover, so we can show the artwork and stuff that are involved with the artwork.
Oh.
And we doing
Well,
that. We've
damn,
done.
dude, I could have got in on that. I could share. I got
I
5
I figured
records.
as much, and it could get there. It could get there. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we'll have
I
to
got the
do-
covers down there in my vending booth. I have people
We'll have
watching
to-
my vending
Cool.
booth.
Yeah. Well, next time we'll get.
And-
Next time
I
we'll
like
get-
the
We
next
deal
one.
with the records thing, but I wanted to show them your album cover real quick here. I have an image
Oh,
of
cool.
it. I'll be showing it of the Liver
Great.
of album cover. It's great artwork. I love it. Extreme, like you said, bright. The neons you're talking about in general.
Yeah,
are-
you can
There's
sort
the
of see.
green.
Yeah,
see
very
that.
wonderful. Is this bridge in Nashville somewhere? Where's that bridge at?
Yeah, man, that's like the pedestrian bridge downtown Nashville, and that building too. That's like there's like a building that looks
sure.
like a, the pointed horns thing, the devil horns, or like that Lord of the Rings thing or something. It's that's the Nashville skyline right there.
Sure. Yeah. definitely.
You know Trevor, Kyle, you know Trevor Clark by chance? He lives in Nashville. No, it doesn't ring a
I
bell.
do.
knows
Sorry.
he knows
Yeah.
everybody in Nashville.
Spaced out for a second there. I do know Trevor Clark. Yeah, real good. Yeah, I love Trevor.
As part of our obligation, we have to say the words Todd Snyder in every show. Since you brought up Nashville Skyline, we have to say the words Todd Snyder in every show.
Okay.
My favorite people that I work with. So
Yeah, here's the thing.
And then Phil,
let me talk.
go ahead. Ask the question.
Artwork for Todd Schneider for how many? 12 years?
Who? For Todd Snyder? For who?
He never met him. 12 years.
You worked for him?
Yeah, we do. I do all his album covers and stuff.
Oh, cool, man.
Because you said Nashville Skyline, it triggered my brain to remember that we try to mention Todd in every show because he doesn't want to do the show.
Okay.
He's one of a kind,
Yeah.
So we mention him in every show just for the hell of it because we love Todd Snyder. So
Totally.
Now he's Hasseltine done work, and you never
I
met
haven't met him. We've been working together for like 12 years, but I work with his manager and his booking agent, and Chad Staley, and everybody else in the whole circle of all the love.
Okay.
Todd is kind of an individual person. That's all we'll say about that today. He's my hero, But
yep,
anyway,
totally. Oh man,
Yeah,
hell of a songwriter, that guy. I mean,
yeah, he can put some words in a piece of paper and make it feel.
And performer too.
Yeah,
hell of a songwriter and yeah, the whole thing, man. He's great.
And so that album comes out next week, folks. If you're checking out, make sure you look into that and make sure
it does. Yeah, I don't even have the physical. I don't have the vinyl yet. So, but yeah, February the 16th, and that tune right there is on it. Should I play another one?
Yes.
We would love you to play another song, Kyle. Then we'll have a couple questions before we let you go.
I just realized I was sort of pointing. I sort of turned this microphone sort of set up more for talking than it is for picking, and I was sort of pointing over there. So with the banjo last time, so maybe it might sound a little better if I point at the.
Sounded good.
Speaking to the can, boy. It sounded weird in the headphones anyway. I was like, why does it sound so damn weird? Maybe it's because I'm not looking at the thing.
Hey, hold on, Kyle. Hold on a second. I muted you by accident.
Can you hear me now? Now I don't hear you.
Oh, I was muted.
Yeah.
So now I'm gone, right?
All right. Here's one. That record's coming out next week, and one of the singles I put out recently called "Trailer in Boulder Canyon," and so I'll render it here now for you. I'm dreaming of a trailer on a mountain, a place that I can go where time stands still. It's up there at the top of Boulder Canyon. I can't go there now, but I know one day I will. To my trailer in Boulder Canyon, just as soon as I get the chance. I'll take out the fiddle and the banjo, and I'll watch all you hippies dance. I've been all around this big old world, and I'll tell you one thing I know. It's my trailer in Boulder Canyon, that's where I want to go. For a little peace of mind, go deeper in the valley when it snows. You can run just like the snow melt down to the river wide. What you're running from, nobody has to know. Get that trailer in Boulder Canyon just as soon as you get the chance. We'll take out the fiddle and the banjo and we'll watch all the hippies dance. Well, I've been all around this big old world, and I tell you one thing I know. It's my trailer in Boulder Canyon, baby, that's where I want to go. Lots of blue and lots of green. A place somebody said that I could clear my head. So I'm driving up the canyon road all the way to Ned. And that trailer in Boulder Boulder Canyon just as soon as I get the chance. I'll take out the fiddle and the banjo and I'll watch all the hippies dance. I've been all around this big old world, I'll tell you one thing I know. It's my trailer in Boulder Canyon, baby, that's where I wanna go. When it all comes crashing down and you're left with next to nothing on the other side of town, hold tight to that thin dime. Get your ass to the canyon road and climb. To that trailer in Boulder Canyon just as soon as you get the chance. We'll take out the fiddle and the banjo and we'll watch all you hippies dance. Well, I've been all around this big old world and I'll tell you one thing I know. It's my trailer in Boulder Canyon, baby, that's where I wanna go.
Shaving and haircut, my friend. I'll tell you what, Calcel, thank you for doing this so far. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's really nice to meet you in person, spend a few minutes with you.
Wow, it sounds like there's like 3 people playing. Jeez. Sick.
Hopefully that's not just because the banjo's out of tune.
No. It just sounds really good tonight. You got a good microphone. Everything's
No
good.
excuse.
Microphone. I know it's the banjo, Mr. Tuttle. Every week we have these guests on the show. They come from all over the place. They're people we love and people that we get to see. And like during COVID, especially, we weren't able to see everybody, so everybody started doing this.
Yeah.
You know? And I try to ask everybody a similar question when they come on the show. And it's when I was a little boy, music was real important to me growing up. Because obviously it's where I ended up here now, where I do, and what I love, and where we travel. Me and him, we travel with the festival circuit. Music is what we do, you know, and what we love. But when I was a little boy, there was a song that I heard on the radio when I was a little boy that like was the first song that was like, what is that? You know, and I understood music in sense, you know. Do you know what like the first song you loved when you were little, tiny, you know, music went like?
You know, that's I don't know, man. I had 2 tapes when I was I had like I had like a Walkman, you know, with cassette tapes on it, and I had ZZ Top's Eliminator album. I was like 5 years old, you know, 4 or 5 years old. I had Eliminator, and I had Billy Ray. I had a Billy Ray Cyrus album also, tape also. But the one that the ZZ Top, I freaking loved ZZ Top. You know, I loved the way
Eliminator
that
was that Sharp?
I'm in the ZZ Top fan club in 1980. I bought it in Lifetime backstage, so I get to meet him many a time.
Whoa, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Dude knows
That's
ZZ
awesome.
Top and Prince. This dude knows everybody down here. BB King, or was it Muddy Waters? You told me about, or both of them.
Muddy Waters, I've been to his house many a time. I played basketball with his son, Joe Morganfield, and I can go on. And it's about Kyle, not me.
Well, there's an episode right there. That's cool, man. That's awesome. You've met some cool cats.
Yeah, and great thing.
I always think it's interesting where we start with our music. You know, Eliminator was one of my albums I had when I was a kid too. You know, and
that's awesome.
Those are cuts. You know, I reckon we're about the same age, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's you know, and the sound of those the
3 dudes, man.
Knowing, yeah, I know, right? And that the sound of Billy Gibbons' guitar, you know, is like that's some of the first stuff that I remember being like, man, electric guitar, that's electric guitar, and like electric guitar is really cool, you know.
And in the 80s, there was a lot of poppy music that was out that wasn't rocking like that didn't have that you know, the ZZ Top edge to it.
Yeah,
I think back in 1985, me and my wife at the time, we bought $100 membership to ZZ Top, and they blew up the next year. I forgot the year, and for the rest of our lives, we got free tickets. And
that was only $100. You're saying, man.
That's the
Timing.
best $100 anybody could ever spend right there, man.
Oh, I got to meet some great people backstage, Black Crows and just a bunch of ZZ Top. That was the thing. But
That's awesome. That's cool. That's super cool.
question for Kyle from Phil.
Mm-hmm.
What music do you listen to? Do you listen to anything right now, or?
Yeah, I mean, I listen. I just love classic bluegrass. I mean, that's one of the things, Flat and Scruggs. I've been listening to maybe more Flat and Scruggs lately because Earl's 100th birthday was this year, or is this year, and was in January. And there was a big cool concert about that here in town. So, I've been doing that. There's Bela has a record out that he put out like last year, maybe.
Reflectome?
No, this one called "As We Speak." It's him and Edgar Meyer and Zakir Hussain and a fiddle play, a flute player whose name I'm blanking on right now. But it's really cool, man, and it just won a Grammy also. And it won the Grammy right before ours, which was super freaking cool. And so that's been that record. I've listened a lot this year to that album.
Yeah.
What's your favorite punk band?
And that was my next question. Is it's kind of punk
nice.
rocker, like a little bit. Both of our origins come from that.
My two favorite bands of all time are Zeppelin and The Clash. So go there.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's great. I love The Clash. I love Joe Strummer.
Oh, big time.
Man, my favorite punk band, I really loved the Subhumans. That kind of like British, that like kind of weird British rock sound, it almost sounds like half a band or something in some weird way.
It had like with all the hardcore punk that was out then at that time, it had a really like cleaner sound, and there was something more legible about it almost, the Subhumans.
Yeah. I like the Dead Kennedys a lot. I like Crass. I like Crass a lot.
Many a time.
Hey,
nice. That's
for a
awesome.
second, just a moment for Mojo Nixon, passed away this week.
Yeah.
66 years old, Mojo Nixon, very important in my childhood.
I think you should do a Holiday in Cambodia.
That's sad, man. He was
You do a cover of Bluegrass Holiday in Cambodia.
It's a good idea, Phil.
Bluegrass Holiday in Cambodia.
Mm-hmm.
Bluegrass Jello Biafra would be hilarious. I want to see that. Met him once. I met Jello once. It's very interesting.
Cool.
I met a couple times, but then they're touring without him. I don't dig that. Man, that's not good.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, you can't.
My friend's band from Madison, Wisconsin was going to play in San Francisco, and I lived in California, so we drove all the way to San Francisco like 7 hours to go see my friend's band from Madison, Wisconsin, and nobody came to the show. Well, actually, the opening band had a full crowd of people, like the place was packed. And when he stopped, Brian Kenny Fresno, when he stopped, he's been on the show. Everybody left.
Oh man!
Go outside to have a smoke, and who walks up at Jello Biafra? And he's there to see the band that my friend is from Madison, who's playing a punk rock surf band they played in, instrumentals.
Oh, cool.
And so the show, I end up watching the show, my good friend I grew up with band, just me and my good friend who drove me there, and Jello Biafra and his girlfriend.
That's awesome.
It was
awesome.
Oh man, I
actually
don't know what that is, but I would eat it.
Super donuts.
Oh, you should see this setup. Oh, I'm not going to show you.
Oh, you got your whole rider there, huh?
Well, yeah, there's donuts and munchies. After the show, I'm going to go put my screen on, and it's going to be broadcast the whole night on my table, my vending booth.
I'll be painting in my screen while he's at the festival with his computer.
I think it's Armchair Boogie Tonight.
Oh, nice! I love Armchair
Boogie. I can watch through here and watch the show and stuff.
Oh, cool, man! That's awesome. Yeah, I love the Armchair Dudes. They're good. They're a good time.
What band that you played with on tour that kind of you didn't expect that blew you away? I mean, I guess that's a hard question, but something go, wow, they're really. I mean,
maybe
that you were surprised that they were that good, or not that you like, but I don't know how to explain.
Yeah. I think, man, this year it might be Trampled by Turtles. Because I've heard them, I've seen them at festivals and stuff like that. But and I knew they were big, high energy and stuff. But we did, when we were on that Willie Nelson tour, it was a package deal. It was Golden Highway, Trampled, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, and Willie Nelson, which is insane.
You know what
It's
he's
like
saying?
hard to remember that Robert Plant and Alison Krauss were there
You said
somehow, which
Robert
is
Plant
totally
was there. Did you
fucking
hear that?
nuts, you know?
Phil?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good band.
your guy, your favorite guy.
Dublin.
And I got to stand there and sign posters with Robert Plant, and like I
No
like,
shit.
didn't even realize really that I was like standing next to him for a second. And then all of a sudden I like just sort of became aware of this person in my periphery, and then was like, oh shit, that's Robert Plant, and we were both just drinking a beer and signing.
You're all human, man.
But yeah, we're all human. I actually had a very human moment of conversation with Robert Plant in the back of a pavilion in somewhere in the middle of Ohio on a Sunday evening. You know, it was just like, it was a very brief moment, and I won't have to go into it.
Yeah, I got
it was
goosebumps,
like,
man.
It was just like, I was just like, that was my takeaway. I was like, damn, he's just a dude. He's just a dude like me. I'm just like that guy I'm like the guy from Led Zeppelin, sort of, you know. Me and him, we got a lot in common, man.
You're really not that guy. You're
statement.
a Grammy Award winner, and I'm so happy that you're on our show. And
that statement Kyle just made, folks, about being human and how everybody you look up to is just another person like you.
Yeah, he's just another guy, man.
You reach out, 99% of them are going to reach out back to you.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe 97.
Maybe 97, but you know, that's you'll have that. But man, but back to Trampled by Turtles. We did on that package deal, we did 3 nights of shows, and so I saw them like from the wings, you know, 3 times. Man, they're freaking awesome. They've got so much energy. They've got a unique thing going, and they've got so much energy, and
they're good.
But they're tight too. They're like wild and loose and crazy, but they're also tight because they've been doing it together like that for a really long time. You know, they're fun as hell. Like they're just the nicest, funnest dudes to hang out with. But I was already like falling in love with the band before I really hung out with them, even, you know, that after seeing the show. So yeah, as I learned just how much Trampled by Turtles kicks ass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They got a good little array of song tunes that really got captured.
And I really want Molly and I to be able to join up with them for a Trampled by Tuttles event, you know. But it hasn't.
In my backyard. I got a place out here. It's about an acre. We'll put it out there. It's small. We only get a couple hundred people, but we'll be all right.
Yeah. There's only I don't know how many people would be interested in that, but
no. That's important.
Maybe we could have Kyle come out to your festival. John's had a festival on a farm for like 50
birthday party / summer solstice super jam. Anyway.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I like to throw a birthday party gig for myself.
For years, I was traveling to see music, and people I was around my town didn't really understand what I was doing. So I started throwing my own party for them to come to. And then all the people I traveled to go see all started coming to it.
Totally. So yeah, you got your own fest.
Yeah, free thing we do for campfire and kids and stuff. You know.
That's awesome, man. That's fun. That's super cool.
So yeah, you know, Kyle, really nice to have you on the show. Nice talking to you. Nice to meet you today. This has been a good experience for me. If you want to tell, and we got the tour coming up, folks. So go look for him in the towns. I know he's playing in St. Louis. We talked about that. I'm gonna try to get to that one hopefully. And
yeah, cool.
And there's other shows on the list. The album's coming out, man. Go to YouTube, check him out, follow him, whatever it takes. Whatever people do, that's what they do these days.
Whatever it takes, do whatever it takes to get to me.
Listen to music.
I'll be here. No, this is it's
you gonna watch the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna I'll probably watch the Super Bowl. I don't exactly have a plan for where and how that's going to happen. I'm not really a sports guy, you know. But I usually end up watching the thing. I mean, I was talking to Mimi Naja about this the other day because Mimi's real into women's basketball, and it's kind of like I'm not really like into I don't like follow sports stuff in my personal life and with my energy, but when something's got some momentum, especially when like a particular team's got some momentum and it starts to get that frenzied feeling around it, or just like a thing like the Super Bowl, which is always a big deal. Swift. You know, it's like, yeah, or especially when Taylor Swift is involved in the Super Bowl and then it's super frenzied energy. You know, it's like there's something fun even if you don't give a shit about who wins or whatever, you know, I'm just here to have fun. I want everyone to win, but it's something fun about paying attention to it. You know, when you know that when in bars around the country, there's people jumping up and down and cheering at the same time as you, or if you're lucky enough to have a ticket to any event where you go. I've been to a couple of I just realized my shirt's inside out. I've been to a couple
we gotta start
of
showing, folks.
yeah, we got to redo this whole thing, man. We got to cut those songs out. We can't air those songs I wore with. I think it's at least front ways.
Delete that. Yeah.
I think, but it must be backwards.
Tried to wear a couple.
Everybody wore tie-dye.
At least I got the tie-dye memo.
Look at that also.
Kyle, who picks out your crazy outfits, man? That is just
that's a whole other subject, man. Kyle is amazing, brother.
Well, I'm lucky enough to get gifted a lot of dyes these days, man, because people, you know, this one was gifted to me. And you know, I'm lucky, but then with Golden Highway, man, that's a whole nother thing. You know,
like Shelby is or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Shelby sort of is our fashion overseer. Those girls, they've all got those women. They've all got a great style. Shelby's the bass player. But they've all got great style. So inevitably, if you got 3 stylish women and 2 dudes in the band, like, we're just gonna automatically look better standing next to them no matter what. So right out of the gate, my stock has gone way up, you know, standing next to them. But then but Shelby's good at finding stuff, you know,
not all
at sending things, you know, and just showing up with a shirt and being like, hey, look, I think this is going to work for you.
Golden Highway, folks, they got music out there and the albums out there, and listen to that too, please. There's a video. I got a little this question is, how many takes did it take to do the Ask Alice video?
Oh yeah,
that one take.
The one where we're in
the costume.
In the costumes at the festival. Yeah, that's just one take.
Yeah, because you see people walking behind and didn't know you were doing the video.
Yeah, people didn't. There was no. We were like out in the fest. It's at Halloween. If anybody's ever been to Halloween, it's like String Cheese Incidents Festival down at Live Oak. In Sewanee, Spirit of Sewanee Music Park, and man, it's freaking awesome. And they've got all kinds of just trippy stuff to look at, hanging out in the woods, and it's a literally a 24-hour party. We played that night. We played our set was in the afternoon. It was like 3 to 4 p.m. I think 3:30 to 4:30 or something. And then I sat in with Leftover Salmon from 3:30 to 4:30 a.m. on the same night, the same day at the festival, man. So it was there. That place had no less energy at night than it had in the. I mean, hell, it had more energy at night than it did. Sure, but all of that weird stuff, that whole we got super lucky, is what I'm trying to say, because all of that setting where that video was made, that's just at the festival. We just went. Our buddy Jay Strouser is a great photographer and videographer. He was down there for the festival, and so he just like pulled us aside and we found that spot, and we jammed that tune, and it was cool because all those people were just like walking through these little doorways and hallways, and
people are standing behind you with their beards, kind of look like, what's going on?
Yeah, I watched it like 4 or 5 or 6 times, and I knew it was like and people were walking like, and it was awesome.
And you can imagine, and this, like I said, I mean, this is String Cheese Incidents Festival, and it's a tripper's paradise out there. So you can imagine being in a little altered state and just walking around through all this cool shit, and then all of a sudden poking through this tiny doorway and stumbling upon the cast of Alice in Wonderland playing White Rabbit. Everyone was just looking at us like, is this real? Is this shit real or what?
You haven't watched it. Look for that, man. Ask Alice.
I'm in a state that you can't trip or do anything in Wisconsin. What are they nuts?
It's not called Ask Alice. It's called White Rabbit. Silly. All right, come on.
Oh yeah. Well, you'd find it either way, I think. You know. Yeah. And we all that was super fun. So we all got decked out because that was we played the whole set in that.
I'm sure
in our. You know, we did the show, and then we just went and made that video.
Because there was definitely planning involved with those costumes and with the production of the value of that situation.
Yeah, that was a plus. It was Jay's. I'm glad that Jay again, got to credit him there because he pulled us all together after the set. You know, it's easy to be like, oh, cool, now we can put our feet up. But Jay was like, oh, you guys have got to come with me. Keep your stuff on. Get the instruments. You got to come with me, and we did, and it was well worth it. Obviously,
Well,
that's a fun one.
I don't want to keep you too much longer, buddy. We had you for almost an hour. Really appreciate your time.
Okay, well, yeah,
you don't have to go anywhere.
I appreciate y'all, man. I should probably
hang out. I'm gonna go watch Horseshoe
man.
Armchair.
Yeah,
Movie.
I see. I wish I was there with you, Phil.
You
I would
too.
go.
I
Is
know.
Adam?
I'm missing out.
Is Horseshoes there?
Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
man.
either today or tomorrow. I mean, the lineup. Chicken Wire Empire.
Oh man, these are like all my favorite.
Feed the Dog. Play
All my
Today.
favorite bands to
Feed the Dog.
sit
Feed
in
the
and jam
Talking
with.
Dogs doing all talking.
We're in the same
Yeah,
circle, Kyle.
I should be the artist at large up there at that
Good.
event.
I talked to Pertner Sandstone.
Nashville to Appleton's probably about 10 hours, 12 hours. Get in the car.
Yeah,
Well, when I go down,
I'll be there by tomorrow. I'll be there.
I feel like this blank wall. Once the show's over, I'm bringing the computer screen.
It's nothing like what Phil's
live
background
on my
normally looks
table.
like at home. It looks kind of like mine with all this shit, you know.
I can imagine it does.
The
Yeah.
green room is right behind me, so it's quite interesting.
Okay. Yeah, man. If you see Adam Gruel, give him a big old hug for me.
I will. I
love
100%.
I love
I
that
will
man.
next time I see him, for that matter.
Adam's been on our
Totally.
show like 2 or 3 times.
Excellent.
So everybody's
I love
loving
that
it.
guy.
Thank you, Kyle. We got a lot of good positive feedback from everybody, and you can go check it out later on YouTube.
Kyle?
Cool.
Much love.
Much love to you, fellers. Thank you for having me.
love.
It's
I'll
been
see
a
you down
dang
the road,
pleasure.
man.
Phil and John Zone, number 179.
Unbelievable.
Style
that
freaking
Kyle
Tuttle.
Unbelievable.
Peace.
Al Kittle Committee Road. All right, whatever. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everybody, for
I have
coming
such
tonight.
cotton mouth. Man.
You got two really great. That got me, that one. 2 really great songs in the mix tonight. That was wonderful. I'll release those later on. Maybe we'll sell them. You want to buy copies? Just send me $3.99. No, I'm just kidding, Kyle. We're not going to do that. That was pretty cool, Phil. Thanks for that. Was
It
cool.
was
Thanks for
more
taking
than
me out of your
cool.
festival, man.
Yeah, wait till it's like from a blank wall, and I thought people would come up here because there's killer bands. They got hot tubs outside. They got women's.
Yeah,
arm.
they can watch it in reruns. Like I said, it'll be on Facebook and YouTube.
That was unbelievably great. That was a
great songs, great guests. You know, if you have anybody you think should be a guest, send them our way. You know, we'll work with anybody for the most part. You know, we've worked with some goods and some bads.
Anybody want a punch key?
I love a patch key, dude. If you got one, pass one through the computer screen. I got a pizza to cook in there. You got those mini donuts too. Those are
5 bags. Yeah.
Is that what you guys bought? Was a bunch of donuts? You're like, maybe eat some regular food in between those donuts this weekend. All right. I have a story about eating too many donuts and drinking too much orange juice, but I can't tell it on our show because it's kind of brutal. But anyway, Kyle,
who did I see?
That'd be a rerun worth watching right there. Thank you all for tuning in. We had good numbers tonight. They were going through the roof. Oh, we're still live, aren't we? Okay, never mind.
That's right.
You want to see how fast we can clear the room?
What? I got cotton mouth like a son of a bitch. I don't care.
You haven't had a drink through the whole show.
What?
You didn't have a drink through the whole show, I don't think. Did you have a drink the whole show?
I'm sipping a beer. No, I'm sipping a beer. It was a long night last night.
Man, we had a Grammy Award winner on the show.
I didn't go for a cigarette break. Wow.
We had another guy who was going to come on the show, and he won a Grammy, and he never came on the show. But we're still working on him. I won't say his name.
Yeah, but I never.
Earlier, you know what I'm talking about.
He's down. Yeah, great thing. Yeah.
Well, I think you should get yourself together.
I was about to say,
and
then I said, no more fun. You can't say the word fun. Got to come up with a new
word. All week, Phil. I've been catching myself saying, "Well, this looks fun," and go, "Dude."
I said it 10 times. I would say, Kyle, part of the rule. It's my show. It's Phil and John. You can't say the word fun. You got to come up with.
You didn't play the Phil and John Zone card tonight. No, I didn't see that at all. No, so I was great. You know, thank you, Kyle Tudd, for being on the show. We're gonna come. I might try to get to that St. Louis show. I need to try to do that. I'm not sure even when it is. And send me a message. Yeah, June. It was Billy. Yeah, he was coming on the show, and then he won that Grammy like the day after we talked to him. Damn it, it's okay. He might still do it someday if we reached out, you know. But somebody like that
come back on. But when I was away from the screen when he was playing banjo, I swear there's like 3 people, and that's how it's a trippy, like how Billy Strings. I don't want to.
I can't. Damn, June.
The sound is. I don't want to say not bluegrass because it's not when you. It's yeah.
And I have to apologize to Kyle right now because I just found out his show in St. Louis is on February 22nd. Hold on a second. Oh, I might be able to go to that. Never mind. Take it all back. Go ahead. Fruition is on March 22nd in Central Illinois. We're all going to go see Fruition. And also on March 22nd in St. Louis, if you're in that area, you got Cluster Pluck's album release show with How Shooting Hand Grenades. Phil, I didn't mean to cut you off. I got excited.
What?
I do that. I do that, people. I do that.
Dude, I had a hotel key last night. I got to tell the story. There's no room number on it. I'm up the elevator with Pert, a dude from Pert or whatever. They're probably watching. I couldn't find my room. It was funny.
Couldn't find your room. All the doors look the same in the hotel, huh? But they had numbers on them. You couldn't see the numbers, or you just didn't remember. Have you ever done that though? Gone into a hotel and like forgot what room you had? And
oh, that's the first time that I remember.
No, I know for sure that I've gone to a parking lot at a show and gone inside the show and then come out and had no idea where I was parked because I was so excited to get there and run to the show. And I was young and I didn't have I look back at it now, it's silly.
We're at the Hilton, but so the funny thing was they couldn't give me the room number even because I'm not registered under the room. So I'm guessing the room number, she's going, you're getting hotter. I'll tell you what, it was hilarious. No,
that's gotta be hilarious for them. A whole hotel full of hippies.
Okay, she would tell me, but the manager's right next to her. I'm like, come on.
I miss doing this show.
But it's a swipe piece. So I'm going down the hall, swiping everybody's door, and then finally went back. It was hilarious.
That's all you really have to do is go to each door, and when it doesn't work, or when it works, you go in.
That's what I did. Oh yeah, I got more stuff.
I don't know if you know, folks, but this is a show called The Phil and John Zone, and we've been doing this for 179 weeks. Plus, we probably doing it for 190 weeks, but we missed a few. But
yeah,
this is our 179th-ish show, and I just love this guy. I tell you, he's all right, and I'm gonna keep doing these shows as long as we can. Kyle Tuttle, actually.
Oh, that was
good. He I don't know. It's very important that you guys have been part of this, and that we get to do this for you all, and hopefully more to come. You know, we do good when we have a good guest. We really do. I'll give it that much.
Bad guest. I had a pee so bad. It's a great story. First, the first album I sold was Feed the Dog album. Kind of do. Oh, anyway, I'm going to my hotel room when I knew where my room was. So I'm about to get there. They opened the door and they got tie-dyes and lights going. I'm like, and I wasn't close to my room because it's all down the hall. I go, oh, that's pretty cool. Can I use your bathroom? And I go into the room and they all freak out. And my Feed the Dogs album on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I had to. I'm like that. Hey, your bathroom's right there. Can I use your bathroom?
And we have our
first album. It was weird.
Phil, we have our everywhere. It's in so many.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
don't even keep track of all of it. And they wrote the numbers down, but I don't know where it all went. I don't know where all the directions it went in. It's everywhere.
I didn't paint enough.
We sold art to strangers. They have it in their house.
A guy who bought
it whenever they coming home. So it's something to be said about what we're doing. You know, that's why we're doing it. Right? Are you gonna go have a good time tonight? Gonna go see Horseshoes? You're gonna take your computer with you. We'll go off the show.
I am. When I go down, I'm gonna turn it off in like 2 minutes. I'm not gonna carry it down. I'm gonna leave. How do I get back on? Go back to Zoom?
Just do the link that I sent you in your message.
Yeah, that I'm gonna leave it on the table like I did.
Yeah, keep making
earlier. Oh yeah, there's tons of people.
So I'll be painting live at the festival.
I'm right next
screen.
I can.
Because it's Friday night, folks. It's Friday night.
And the last couple
years is 179 weeks. That's like 3 years.
I might be in my bathing suit in the pool because here's Laura. It's a pool party, late night set. Right for that. What?
Oh, I can't find it. There it is.
Where it came. What happened?
All right, so folks, thanks for tuning in. Phil and John Dunn's
watch Zoom in like 10 minutes. I'm going to turn it back on downstairs.
I'll keep my thing open on my inside here, but we're going to go off the show right now.
Get off the show. I got to talk before I go downstairs.
Before we get off don't talk while I'll just mute. I could just mute you, I suppose. You know, we got to go out somehow. Since we came in tonight with our good friend Oliver Steck, who recorded.
Yeah, I love that.
No, we should have asked Kyle to do a theme song for us, man. Maybe next time.
Oh, that was.
I'm feeling he'll be back. Honestly. That was really good. we'll go out with our other theme song, I guess, is what we'll do on this one. If I can find it. I don't know where I'm at. I got too many meetings open here anyway. Thank you all for tuning in, though. Thanks for being part of the Phil and John on what we do. We really are appreciative of what we gotten to do throughout the years to do this. And we hope that we can see you all real soon. Hugs, real hugs in real life. And, while you're at it, just get your fill,
Oh, I've been passing out hugs, and come and join me at Appleton, Wisconsin. I don't know who's playing.
Human being is supposed to have like a dozen hugs a day
Who's
to look
next?
happy.
I'm in the John.
Take a
Phil
minute.
and John zone. I'm in the
I saw
John.
two Chicago Farmers shirts.
Phil and John zone. I'm in the
Makes sense.
John.
Important.
Phil and John zone.
Thanks, Cal Tuttle, for coming out tonight. Thanks, Hans Blake, for putting that together. Thanks, Delmar. Thanks, Bob Hagerman, Jim Jameson, and everybody who tuned in on the thing there. Fairlyn, the man Thompson. We want to thank everybody who came out.
In the John.
Trevor Clark even came out after you mentioned his name. He showed up on the internet watching us. Brett Harrison, Chad Balling, Michael Oswald, Gary Swee, Pete Smith. All these people were checking in. Jess Gardner, Chad Balling again, Gary Swee again. I love it. And Nancy Fine and Cody Wales. That's a name I don't recognize. So the thing is, we love you all. Thanks for being part of it. Let's do that again.
I'm in the John. The Phil and John zone. I'm in the John.
Definitely put sports on top of that.
Phil and John zone. I'm in the John. Phil and John zone.
That's a good night.